Hi there guys, it's the time for the sharing session of the week and today is Tuesday. So basically I'll be talking mainly about paid advertisements on the Bing platform. Now before that, just a little bit of side note. Well, a lot of people actually ask me what sort of traffic is good for what sort of offers. Alright, so generally I would say that there are two main kind of traffic out there. One is the free method, which is what we call the organic marketing manner. The other one is the paid traffic method. Now, under the paid traffic, the three most common platforms are Facebook advertising, Google, as well as Yahoo Bing. Now, Facebook is more on interest targeting. Google is more on search campaigns, YouTube videos, shopping ads, stuff like that. And Bing is basically more on search campaigns per se. Now, however, today I'd like to address the main issue whereby why a lot of people are not getting successful with paid advertising on the Bing platform. Alright, so without further ado, let's go straight into my screen. Okay, so this is for the Bing paid advertisement. Now, first and foremost, you need to ask yourself, is your offer even worthy to place it on paid advertising platform? Like for example, if your offer is rendering you a commission of less than $10 with not many upsells, so personally, I would not run any paid advertisements on this kind of products. Alright, so what I would do is generally I would use email marketing to blast it to my responsive email list, and from there to get some tiny bit of commissions here and there. Alright, so if you are trying to run on Bing platform, so the number one thing is before you even do anything else, ask yourself, is this particular offer, once it converts, is it able to give me a fairly sustainable amount of commission? Now with that, I'm not referring to just high ticket offers per se. Alright, it can even be mid-ticket offers, something whereby you can earn like $100, $200 per sale. Alright, or it can be an offer that actually gives you a long-term passive income. Okay, now the second one will be for budget, for optimizing the ads and the funnels. Now this is where a lot of people actually fail in, because when it comes to optimizing the ads in platforms like Facebook, Google, or even Bing, usually it is not possible to just run one time the ad and you start to see some results. There will be a lot of optimization that you need to do for the ads as well as for the funnels. Like for example, if you're running this particular ad and you realize that the click-through rate is pretty low, then that is where you might need to change certain subject lines, certain body tags, of the ads. And if you realize that the click-through rate is okay, it's relatively alright, but your funnel conversion is low, alright, and that is where you need to do some optimization on your squeeze page so that people actually click on the certain buttons that you want them to perform the action on. Alright, like for example, changing the color of your buttons, changing your headline in the funnel in the squeeze page, stuff like that. And this is something that takes time. Alright, so it's something that it actually requires you to be more patient in terms of optimizing both the ads as well as the funnel. Now, next will be the keywords. Alright, so you need to do proper keyword research when you run search campaigns. Alright, there's no limit to how many keywords you can actually put in. You can put in like 100 keywords, 200 keywords. It's really entirely up to you. But one of the things when it comes to keyword research is this thing called a negative keywords. Alright, so on top of doing either a broad or a phrase or exact match in terms of the keywords, you also need to input your negative keyword list into individual campaigns so that you do not waste your budget on people who are searching for things which is totally irrelevant or not what you are looking for. Alright, now after you settle these three, let's talk about this one, getting the necessary links. Okay, this is from my own personal experience, because please don't just assume that the links that you are putting into your squeeze page are definitely working. Sometimes you need to test the links on your own and see whether it is actually directing you to the correct page. Alright, it could be due to server issue or it could be due to whatever it is. Alright, and if you are running search campaigns on Bing and you are actually trying to test out like 2-3 different offers, so naturally you'll be using a rotator link. It's also possible that the rotator link might be down during a certain period of time. Alright, and usually this is due to server issues. So please constantly check whether your links are working in order to prevent yourself from wasting the budget. Alright, so the next one will be optimization time. Now this is entirely different from this. All right, now this is when it comes to optimizing the ads, whereby you need to change the targeting, change the subject line, change the body text, stuff like that. But for optimization time, this is actually referring to, okay, for Bing and Google, they are running on machine learning technology. So every time when you actually do a change in your Bing platform, like for example, if you have a change in your budget, all right, instead of running maybe $20 per day, now you want to run like $50 per day. And if let's say there's a change in terms of, like for example, you remove or you add certain keywords, so long as there's any change to the platform of the existing campaign that is running. Now, because it's on machine learning, it generally takes 5 days, guys. 5 days for the platform to fully optimize the ads now. All right, so what I do is every time when I start a new campaign, I do not touch the ad for 5 days. I let it run on its own. Be whether the result is good or bad, I don't really care. I just let it run. After 5 days, I will check what is the opt-in rate like, what is the click-through rate like, are they to my satisfaction? If not, I do some changes with the funnels. So of course, if I'm doing some changes with the funnels, then there's no need for me to incur additional 5 days. All right. But if I'm doing any changes to the ads per se, then I need to incur another additional 5 days and let the platform run. Okay. And you will see that during the first 5 days when the machine is still learning, okay, we call it the learning phase, the results will not be optimal. But once it has passed the learning phase, you will start to see the results coming in better and better. Okay. Now, next will be in terms of over diluting your targeting countries. Okay. This is really very subjective, because if your budget is low, my suggestion is don't target too many countries. Now, what do I mean by budget is low? Well, if your budget is not anything more than $200-300 USD per day, all right, and you are trying to target all the top English-speaking countries like New Zealand, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, and United States of America, it is going to dilute the entire budget. All right, so if your budget is low, all right, whereby you are just testing it out and you are actually trying to slowly scale it up before you reach a daily budget of $200-300 USD, it is best to keep your targeted countries to just a maximum of 2 or 3. Okay, so that you are actually focusing your ammunitions onto certain laser targeted countries that you wish to target. All right, now next will be using all the headlines and subject lines available. Now, when you actually run a search campaigns on Bing or on Google, you'll realize that you'll come to a page whereby it requires you to input all the subject lines and headlines. So there can be up to 15 headlines that you can input into the search campaigns. All right. Now, my suggestion is use up all the 15 headlines. Use up all the 15 headlines, because you do not know which is the headline that will eventually draw the attention of your audience to click on the ad. All right. Now, during the optimization time, which is over here, so what Bing and Google, all right, will actually do is they will try to keep permutating your different headlines and subject lines and see which is the one that actually gives you the best click-through rate. And from there, they will self-optimize by them on their own. Okay. Now, last but not least is this thing which is called a retargeting campaigns. Actually, guys, when you are actually running paid advertisement, all right, ask any successful affiliate marketers or any marketers who are running paid advertisements, their main return on investments do not come from their raw campaigns. It actually comes from their retargeting campaigns. Okay, because generally a person needs to see the same offer at least 7 times before they consider purchasing anything. So if you're running a campaign without setting up your retargeting list, then you are really just throwing money down the drain. It is not worth it, all right, to actually run any form of paid advertising without setting up your retargeting list. Okay, so this is all the things that you need to take into consideration when you're actually running a Bing search campaigns. Okay, so I hope today's session actually gives you a little bit more insights into how to run a successful Bing search ads, and I'll see you guys in my next recording. Take care.